Welcome to my channel. My name is David, and this is All Natural Edge Designs. I'm a custom carver, I make live edge furniture, and I own and operate a sawmill. This is a piece of western red cedar, and I'll be making a bear today. I had a client stop by, and he was looking for a special piece for his wife for her birthday. Unfortunately, I didn't have the right one, so I told him, come back in 2.5 hours and I'll have the right piece for you. So he put down a deposit, came back 2.5 hours later, and he had a beautiful piece of custom art. She was thrilled. Matter of fact, they were both so happy that they decided to put an order in for two other pieces. So later I'll be making a mantle and a relief carving for that mantle to go above their fireplace. As you can see, I make a few cuts, and in only about 10 or 12 cuts, the bear head pops right out. What I love about this art form is it's not only fluid and fast, but it's different almost every time. I've created pieces that are quite large, all the way from totem poles to custom doors, and I've made big giant tree sculptures, which are called stump carvings. And in that, I've made all sorts of different subject matters from human form, bears, fish, eagles, wood spirits, even raccoons and squirrels. And even one time I did a carving of two little children hiding in a tree playing hide and seek. That was one of my favorite carvings. I used my daughters for inspiration, and it came out quite nice. It was made in an Oregon white oak. And so, what I've really made a career doing is custom art for people all over the Pacific Northwest and even throughout the United States. I actually shipped a carving one time to Germany. Some of my favorite things to carve are not only human form, but I really like carving eagles. Eagles are just so beautiful. So, what you're seeing here is you're seeing me block out a bear out of a round log, and this piece of wood, if cared for, will last many, many years. This is something that will bring this family lots of joy and happiness, and that makes me feel real good. I feel really blessed to be able to make a living by doing something that I love. I've spent 15 years practicing these patterns so that I can make a bear happen in about 2 hours. I have made probably over 1,000 pieces that were bears. I've made probably a couple hundred eagles, lots and lots of fish, and probably a dozen different human forms, from cowboys to female forms and children. I really like working with Western red cedar because it's so soft and forgiving. People ask, what do you do if you make a mistake? And the truth is, I really don't make a mistake that I can't get out of, because I make sure that I leave myself room to make those mistakes. I've learned that if I do certain cuts, like I undercut or I overcut, that usually something neat and new will pop out and it'll force me to learn. So as I'm cutting here, I'm removing the knees so that you can see under the belly, and I'm cutting out between the legs there so that this piece of wood will expand and contract with the climate changes so that it won't crack. I've spent a lot of time really trying to figure out these little tips and tricks so that I can make a really high quality project. As I go through this piece and I work on it, I look for the little defects and I try to blend them in. I use my saw tip quite a bit. That allows me to do a lot of digging and scooping and using the edge of the tool for making lines. And I can get quite intricate with a chainsaw, although I do like to finish with a set of chisels. When the client came back, they were so thrilled and she was so happy. It really made this job worth it. I love sculpting because you never know what you're going to end up with, and it's really just an intuitive process, and it happens so fast with a chainsaw. I used to do a lot of hand carving, but really that's such a slow process for me and my attention span. By the time I would get halfway through, I'd forget what I was working on, or at least the forms I wanted to develop. The nice thing about the chainsaw is it allows me to be continually inspired. I have been doing this for a long time and I still love it. What you're seeing me do here is develop the eyes, the orbital sockets, the muzzle, the nostrils of the bear, and to round out the head. As I go forward with this chainsaw, I really take care to not cut too deep, because now we're starting to get into the nitty gritty where I gotta be pretty careful. I've made mistakes at this point, and you can always shorten the muzzle and redo it, but it just adds a lot of time. So I try not to do that. I've received commissions that I had never done before, but those were, a lot of times, were some of my most exciting pieces because I was able to really grow as an artist. I have done some jobs before that I was a little intimidated to do, but God's always guided me through this process. When I left my job in banking in 2007, I said, "All right, God, what's your purpose and plan for me?" I said, "I really don't know where I'm going," because I didn't want to be in banking anymore. I really had had about enough of it. And when this all happened for me, it really was a journey of faith to be able to step out on faith and to build a life and a career for myself, my wife, and my children has just been a true joy in my life. So my goal has been to really try to pay it forward. My mentor that showed me how to carve for my first couple of years, I asked him, "What do you want for all the help you've given me?" And that was his instructions to me, was to pay it forward. And so I've always tried to do that ever since. I've had a lot of different apprentices over the years, and I've had a lot of people that I've been able to inspire to be their best selves and to chase their dreams, because I feel like that is something that really, if we were all able to do, the world would be a lot happier of a place. Because I sure know I'm happy when I'm doing what I've been gifted to do. So you can see that this little bear is starting to develop now, and that's where it really gets fun, when you start to see the personality come out. I never know exactly what they're going to look like, but I have a good idea of what they're going to look like just based off my past experience. But each time they're like subtly different, sort of like, when people have children, they might look sort of alike, but they always look a little different. So yeah, I really take a lot of pride in what I do, and I really try to give an excellent product each time I make a new carving. You can see me adding on the hair around the face. I use the chainsaw tip, and I use the kickback of the tool to add little cuts underneath each line that I build, and in that it not only rounds out the form, but it details it as well. And these are just things that I've picked up over time. I changed the direction of how I hold my saw quite a bit, because I'm trying to really like draw with it as it is like a three-dimensional pencil. Chainsaw carving has really saved me in a lot of ways. It's really helped me grow as a human being, as a man. It's allowed me to learn a lot of different skill sets that I just never would have learned before. If my only goal would have been to, chase paper for the rest of my life, I don't think I would have been able to learn so much about myself. And in this way, I feel really grateful to do what I do. I really want to be able to share this with people so that they know that that one, I'm out there, but two, that if they need a custom carving, I can do that. I make a lot of furniture as well, and my goal is to be able to really serve the community with my gifting, and to just share what I do with people so that they can see that if you chase your dreams, there really is a chance for you to be successful with it. Over the last 15 years, we've raised 3 children, been able to acquire a store to sell my inventory out of, and a home. And I never thought I'd take it this far. But you can see me dremeling in the nose, the nostrils, the smile of the bear, and in a few moments, you'll see me add some teddy bear eyes and use a torch to burn it. And that's pretty much all of it. So you can find me at allnaturaledgedesigns.com or Oregon Chainsaw Sculptures. My Facebook is David Hillisland, Hillesland, and my Instagram is David Hillisland. And I look forward to connecting with you. Please do like and subscribe if you found this entertaining. The more subscriptions I get, the more I can do this. I will be doing a porch entrance that has like a underwater fish scene in the upcoming weeks, and I will be doing two 24-foot boardroom tables over the next few months, one out of black walnut, one out of fir, and one of those goes to a Catholic school, and the other one goes to a private party on the Oregon coast. And really, as I go forward, my goal is to show everything that I do. So thank you for joining me today, and be blessed. Have a great day.